Your body is constantly talking to you. The problem is that most people only start listening when something becomes painful, serious, or impossible to ignore. But long before major health problems appear, the body often sends small warning signs that something is wrong. The scary part is that many people dismiss these signals for months or even years because they seem normal. Constant exhaustion becomes normal. Brain fog becomes normal. Digestive problems become normal. Stress becomes normal. But your body was never designed to feel terrible all the time. And sometimes, the symptoms you ignore are actually your body desperately trying to protect you before things get worse. One of the biggest warning signs is feeling constantly tired no matter how much you sleep. Most people assume they simply need more rest. But ongoing fatigue can be your body signaling that something deeper is happening. Poor nutrition, chronic stress, lack of movement, dehydration, hormone imbalance, mental burnout, or constant overstimulation can slowly drain your energy until exhaustion becomes your normal state. The dangerous part is that people adapt to feeling tired. They rely on caffeine to survive the day, sugar to boost energy temporarily, and endless distractions to ignore how exhausted they really feel. But the body keeps sending signals anyway. Low motivation, brain fog, irritability, and lack of focus are often warnings that your system is overloaded. Another major sign your body may be struggling is constant digestive discomfort. Modern diets filled with ultra-processed food, stress, and irregular eating habits can seriously affect digestion. And your gut impacts far more than people realize. Scientists now understand that gut health is connected to immunity, mood, inflammation, energy levels, and even mental health. But instead of fixing the root problem, many people normalize feeling uncomfortable after eating every day. They assume it's just part of life. It's not. Your body is designed to digest food efficiently, not constantly fight against what you consume. Another warning sign many people ignore is poor sleep quality. Not just sleeping too little, but waking up exhausted even after a full night in bed. This often happens because the nervous system never fully relaxes. Stress, anxiety, overstimulation, excessive screen time, poor habits, and emotional pressure keep the brain in a constant state of alertness. Some people are physically asleep while their nervous system is still stressed all night long. That's why they wake up mentally drained instead of recovered. And unfortunately, modern lifestyles make this worse. Bright screens late at night, endless scrolling, overthinking, inconsistent schedules, and constant stress slowly damage the body's natural recovery systems. Another huge sign your body is asking for help is frequent headaches. Many people instantly reach for painkillers without asking why the headaches keep happening in the first place. But headaches can be linked to dehydration, stress, poor sleep, eye strain from screens, tension, lack of movement, poor posture, or even chronic anxiety. The body often creates pain when something is out of balance. And in today's world, people spend hours staring at screens while barely moving their bodies. Their shoulders tighten, posture collapses, stress increases, and tension slowly builds every day. Eventually, the body starts demanding attention through discomfort. Another warning sign people constantly ignore is changes in mood and emotional stability. Humans were not designed to live under non-stop stimulation and pressure. Yet modern life overwhelms the nervous system constantly. Endless notifications, social comparison, bad news, work pressure, and information overload create chronic stress the body struggles to handle. And over time, emotional exhaustion starts appearing physically too. That's why mental health and physical health cannot truly be separated. Your body also sends warnings through cravings. This surprises many people. Constant cravings for sugar, junk food, caffeine, or processed snacks are often signs that your body is out of balance. Poor nutrition, unstable blood sugar, sleep deprivation, stress, and emotional eating patterns can create intense cravings that feel impossible to control. But cravings are not always about hunger. Modern food companies understand this extremely well. Many processed foods are specifically designed to keep people craving more. Over time, the brain becomes conditioned to seek quick stimulation constantly. And the more overstimulated the brain becomes, the harder natural balance feels. Another massive warning sign many people ignore is chronic inflammation. This can appear as constant body aches, low energy, skin problems, brain fog, puffiness, joint discomfort, or feeling physically off all the time. Inflammation is the body's response to stress and damage. But modern lifestyles keep many people stuck in a state of low-level inflammation almost constantly. Poor sleep, poor diet, chronic stress, lack of exercise, smoking, alcohol, ultra-processed foods. All of these place stress on the body over time. The problem is that modern culture teaches people to silence symptoms instead of understanding them. Many individuals barely notice how they feel anymore. They're constantly distracted, overstimulated, and mentally overloaded. They push through pain, ignore stress, survive on processed food, sleep badly, and call it normal adulthood. But constant suffering is not normal. The body has an incredible ability to recover when treated properly. Better sleep, hydration, movement, nutrition, stress reduction, sunlight, and healthier habits can dramatically change how a person feels over time. Small changes matter more than people think. 1 extra hour of sleep matters. Daily movement matters. Less processed food matters. Managing stress matters. Taking breaks from screens matters. Because the body responds to patterns repeated every single day. And perhaps the biggest mistake people make is waiting until their body completely crashes before finally paying attention. The body whispers before it screams. Small symptoms often appear long before major problems do. Fatigue, headaches, digestive issues, cravings, poor sleep, emotional instability. These are not always random inconveniences. Sometimes they are early warning signs that your lifestyle, habits, or stress levels are slowly damaging your health. And the good news is that the body is incredibly adaptable. When you give it rest, it responds. When you give it movement, it responds. When you reduce stress, it responds. When you fuel it properly, it responds. But you have to stop ignoring the signals first. Because your body is communicating with you every single day. The real question is whether you're finally ready to listen.